This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another early access video, building in the new world of Nordhaven that comes with the Businesses and Hobbies Expansion Pack, which launches this week on March 6th. I was lucky enough to get early access, so with that, this is not final software, and you're going to be seeing my name popping around the screen. That's just part of that early access software. Also, if you're thinking about picking up the Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies Expansion Pack, please consider using my code Gryphi at checkout. You just enter it when making a purchase on the EA app. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does support me as a creator. So thank you in advance for considering, and thank you to EA for sponsoring this portion of the video. So I'm sure you've been able to tell from the title of the video that we are creating a starter home today in this world. I thought that this would probably be a good idea so you have something to start off with. This is not one that I created with the intention of having your Sims business on this lot to begin with, but you could probably renovate it for that purpose. But most of the ideas I actually have to create with businesses and hobbies are tie-ins with other packs, and right now I only have access to base game and this new pack, hence the CFE version with the name bouncing around the screen. So I thought for now I would create a cute starter home for your Sims to move into and see what I could create with a limited budget and just the items from this pack plus base game. I know a lot of times I tend to build things that are using like every pack in the game, so it's kind of refreshing and fun when I am just limited in this way, and definitely way more accessible and gives you sort of a realistic view on how you might be able to use these items when you first start off in a new save. All that rambling to say, I do hope you will enjoy this build. If you do and you'd like to download it, I will be having this uploaded to the gallery later this week once the pack is live on March 6th. And at that time, you'll be able to find it under my EA ID on the gallery, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and I will have all of that information in the description down below as well. So at this point, I have figured out the general shape of the build. It's pretty simple, but I think it's a cute one, and I am playing around with different colors. I thought I was going to go with a red here to kind of match the red brick, but I really loved the green, dark green paneling I had before, so that's making a return, and I'm getting rid of the rest of the red, because it was looking a little bit too Christmassy, but that is something I'm going to keep in mind come that time of year, because I think this wallpaper is going to work really nicely for that. But anyway, I do end up having more of a green color scheme on the inside and exterior of this build, plus the red brick, and it's actually going to be a 2-bedroom house. One of the bedrooms is very, very small, and I originally was thinking it was going to be a bathroom, and then it was going to be a kid's room, and then I decided to stage it as like an infant's room. But it could be any of the above, and I originally was thinking I was going to have the price on this house be for if you had 2 Sims moving in. At least that's kind of how it was starting to feel, because I felt like I was very limited on budget. And so I was like, okay, 22,000, and I did as much as I could with that, and I figured that was fine. And then I went to go have a Sim move in so I could take screenshots, and it said the house only cost 14,000 simoleons. So then I afterwards added some more things to it, because I think the lot price is more expensive, but for some reason it doesn't charge your Sims for that. So this is actually a very inexpensive house, and I probably could have added more to it earlier on. I just didn't realize the pricing was a little bit weird. So you'll see that happen later on. I also ended up changing the wood tone in here so many different times. At first I thought I wanted this darker wood tone, and then I really wanted to try to use the red wood tone because there is a new table and chairs that comes with this pack, and I love the pattern of the cushions on the chairs. You'll see that in a little while, but it's a red wood tone. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it in this one. I didn't end up keeping it in the end, and we actually ended up going with a light wood tone in here, sort of like a mid-tone, a very popular color that you see a lot of nowadays. But we'll get there in a moment. I just finished up with the basic layout of the kitchen. I'm going to alter it ever so slightly and change the swatch like 10 times, but that is a base game counter set. We do not have a new counter set with this pack, but I feel like we got tons with this pack, so I'm not too mad about that, and it kind of makes sense since the focus of this one is on your businesses, not so much on your houses, although you can run a business from your house, which is not what I did in this build. One thing I'm really curious about though is if you can run a business from an apartment or not. Since I do like to build a lot of apartments or decorate a lot of apartments in game, I'd be very curious on that. And I guess we're going to be exploring that sometime this week because I really want to build an apartment or decorate an apartment using some of these new items. So I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure which day yet, but sometime this week I will have access to the new pack with all of my other content. So we'll be able to explore all of that together. So if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to see some more early access content to Businesses and Hobbies, now would be a great time to subscribe. Thank you. So working on the living room now, and I am using one of the new love seats that comes with this pack, actually my favorite one. And I think it is so cool that it not only has a bunch of different patterns and wood tones, but there is a version of it with and without the blanket on the side. And I really appreciate that because I love those extra details when there's pillows or blankets on the sofas and chairs and stuff in the game. But it looks so repetitive if you have the exact same pillow or blanket in the exact same spot on two couches. It just doesn't look realistic, so I love that they thought about that with this one. I originally thought I was going to have some sort of separate room in the back here, and I had it blocked off, and then I decided to open that up, and I thought this could be a nice space for a desk, sort of an office area. And then I did move the windows around and section off part of the back here as sort of like the back hallway mudroom area that would lead you out to a side yard, which doesn't have much in it because this is a starter home. And by doesn't have much in it, I believe I have an outdoor trash can and that's it. But it allowed the office space to feel less awkward because it made it a little bit smaller and less of a weird shape. I also extended the upstairs bedroom a little bit here to just have some more space, and we're adding a wardrobe, which I'm actually going to swap out for the other wardrobe because at one point I was running out of money before I had a sim move in and realized actually everything was cheaper than I thought. So I will be going with the cheaper wardrobe, but I do like the taller one better. I just think it's such a nice one, and I love how it's not too deep of a wardrobe or a dresser. So I feel like it's just going to be so nice in so many spaces, and I'm probably going to use it quite a bit. This is going to be that other bedroom I mentioned. It is very, very small, and it doesn't stay as a kid's room. It's going to be staged as an infant's room. I had mentioned that earlier, but this is another room you could turn into a bathroom, or it could be an office. There's a lot of different things you could do with it. It was just kind of an awkward space, but I loved the shape of the outside of the house, so I decided to try and make it work. The idea with this whole build, with this starter home, was really to make the outside look nice and have like everything you need on the inside, but I figured you would probably upgrade it over time and renovate it. I just wanted it to be a good starting point. Hopefully that comes across. And unlike the tiny house that I posted a couple of days ago, this one doesn't have any specific hobby or skill related things in here. So I did have pottery stuff in the tiny house. In this one, I kept it very generic and open-ended, so that way your sim could be exploring any sort of hobby or career that they would like. Granted, you could do that in a house that I specified because you can just swap out items, but I just decided for this one it could be a little bit more generic, and then it would also work for probably any world at that point. But right now I am working on the landscaping using a lot of debug plants because we were running out of money at this point, and I tend to like the debug plants better anyway. So getting lots of flowers and trees and stuff that I see around this world, and then I just wanted to add some terrain paint over by the side door so it looked like there was a purpose of it. It's very simple over there. There's nothing out there, but that would be a nice place to put like an outdoor dining table or a grill, maybe like a kiddie pool if you have seasons, lots of different things that I think would work nicely there. Assuming you have a kid, but your Sims can lounge in that even if they're an adult Sim. So I do like the kiddie pool object. Anyway, I am realizing I have more money now, so I did get 4 chairs in the dining area. I got some artwork. We're getting a burglar alarm to protect our assets. And I swap out this room just because I really wanted to use this new decal and I thought it would look so cute in an infant's room. But that is it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. And a massive thank you to my YouTube members for all of your support. If you'd like to become a member yourself, you can click the join button below the video or the link in the description. Enjoy the screenshots, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.